Everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you here today with an article from Bounding into Comics, and it is James Bond producer confirms character and films will be reinvented for the modern world, stated October 23rd. And I know this has been reported on in the circles I run in quite a bit already. I know I'm extremely late to the party here, and certainly at the time that you're listening to this, because I am out of town at the time you're listening to this. I did not bring my equipment with me. So you're just going to have to stick with some pop culture random stuff because I'm not really going to be able to make videos on any news stuff while I am gone. So I just pre-recorded a bunch of these sort of pop culture things to pass the time away and to keep videos out there while I'm gone. So let's get into it. Says James Bond producer Barbara Broccoli recently confirmed that the future James Bond films will reinvent the character and stories for the modern world. Says in an interview with The Guardian to promote the Prime Video reality series 007 Road to a Million, Broccoli informed the outlet that there are plans for the character to be reinvented for the next chapter, albeit she and other executives haven't even begun that process yet. As The Guardian's Tara Conlon added, she added that the next film would have to reflect the way the world has changed in the 2 decades since Craig was confirmed as the sixth 007 and pointed out that Bond has often been reinvented. But we're not stupid, the people who run in these circles. We know what this means. They're going to feminize Bond um, and do things to him that are not James Bond. Case in point, though, it's the only Bond movie I haven't seen is the most recent one. What is it? No Time to Die, where I heard the critics of that movie were saying pretty much that they turned Bond basically into a pussy, for lack of a better term. Um, and the thing is, I of the four Craig Bond movies that I've seen, I did like Skyfall and Casino Royale, and I thought Spectre and Quantum of Solace were kind of shit, to be honest. Uh, but I haven't seen, again, I haven't seen No Time to Die, though I've heard it kind of falls squarely in the middle of the five movies. That there's some very good things and some very bad things about it. But again, coming back to the Bond thing, it seems like we all know what this means, and they're going to make very negative changes that nobody's actually asking for. So it says Broccoli went on to justify why she believes the character needs to be reinvented for the modern era, pointing to Pierce Brosnan's GoldenEye film, as well as the recently concluded Daniel Craig era. So as for GoldenEye, she said, I go back to GoldenEye when everyone was saying the Cold War is over, the wall is over, Bond is dead, no need for Bond, the whole world's at peace, and now there is no villains, and boy, was that wrong. Conlon also added that Broccoli informed her that modernization is necessary whenever a new actor plays the part. Says to the point she discussed Craig's era of James Bond, noting she and other Bond producers wanted to focus on what a 21st century hero would look like. Daniel gave us the ability to mine the emotional life of the character, and also the world was ready for it, Broccoli said. I think these movies reflect the time they are in, and there's a big, big road ahead, reinventing it for the next chapter, and we haven't even begun with that. So finally, Broccoli reiterated that she has no plans, just as that she no plans, so that she has no plans to take James Bond to television outside of the reality program. We make the Bond movies for the big theatrical screen, and everything about the Bond movies is for audiences to see around the world on that format, so we've not wanted to do television. This Broccoli previously shared her plans for her future Bond films with an interview from Variety back in September 22. So she informed the outlet, it's an evolution. Bond is evolving just as men are evolving. I don't know who's evolving at a faster pace. Well, this evolving thing, again, goes back to the modernization thing. Like, men aren't really evolving. Like, you live in a bubble. And so your little left wing bubble is making you think that, but it's not true. But okay. She had also already posited the idea that Craig's Bond figured out the emotional arc of Bond, saying the films over his tenure were the first time we really connected the emotional arc. And someone who knows Bond more than me will probably disagree with that, I would imagine. And if you do, at least disagree with that statement, let me know why in the comments below. It says, furthermore, she also told Variety the franchise would not be heading to television. Well, we're going to keep it theatrical. We're not going to try. We've got to do it. It's just a theatrical franchise. Okay, I don't have an issue with that. Yeah, and I did see this rumor article here. It says that Christopher Nolan's in discussions to direct a pair of James Bond movies. That could be awesome, but I don't think you can do Christopher Nolan and have this modernization thing. I think if Christopher Nolan's doing this, it's got to be let him do what he wants and leave him the hell alone to do what he wants. Like, do not get involved. Just let him do it. Okay, unless he's going to pull a Ryan Johnson with The Last Jedi, which I don't think Christopher Nolan would do. I feel like he has more respect for the existing franchise than Ryan Johnson did. But but I'd still go with my instinct of let Christopher Nolan do what he wants, leave him the hell alone. So it says the most recent James Bond film, No Time to Die, grossed $759.9 million globally, which was good for fourth on the top grossing films of 2021 behind Spider-Man No Way Home, excellent movie, Chang Jin-Hu, and Ni Hao Li Huan Ying. Okay, so my Chinese not up to stuff, and I don't know those movies at all. Of course, I know No Way Home. Excellent film. Go watch it. Says the movie has a reported production budget of between 250 or had a reported production budget between 250 and $300 million. However, it also racked up costs due to the fact that it was delayed over a year. Says one report from Variety claimed the film needed to make $900 million to break even and that the movie lost around 100 million. Well, yeah, when your budget is like astronomical, what's going to happen? So it says, finally, last line of the sentence here says, what do you make of Broccoli's comments about the future of James Bond? And my thoughts are that this is concerning, but if Christopher Nolan is really going to be the man that you put in charge of the films, or then let him do it and just let it go. Just leave it. Let him be James Bond because it looks like we're kind of starting to get away from that. But again, what do you guys think about this? In the comments below, please let me know. Like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.